Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something sick.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Yeah, thanks for all the communications back and forth. That was
my pleasure.
That was helpful. Yeah,
I love the Discord thing. Some people feel like they're bothering me on there, and I want everyone to know that this is my dream, and people being interested and wanting to talk about the work, the process, it's just nothing makes me happier.
Okay. Yeah. Because just like I said on there, it's or maybe I didn't say everything, of course, but it brings up more than I realized, and the necessity for just being honest about things as much as I guess I feel comfortable with, is kind of leads to, I guess, a better quality if we're gonna have a conversation, like this. So
that's all I can ask of anybody, and that's all I can do is try to be honest, try to be as honest as I can stand without exposing too much. That's all we can do.
And I think with IFS, it's I like that it gives us these different, I can be honest with you about, a part of me that, is afraid of this or that. And then it's whereas, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't say that, I wouldn't,
right.
It would come out different. It would,
absolutely.
I don't, yeah.
So, when we're not multiple, then it's me versus you. It's you versus the world. And when we're multiple, it's, you don't have to identify with all your parts. You can just see them for what they are.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I guess the past few weeks, let me think. Okay. I would say the past week, I've really kind of jumped back into some daily reflection, in an IFS kind of way of thinking. But I kind of got a little bit, I don't know, I a little bit sidetracked, but I guess in a good way, but like I had a couple of sessions with this other practitioner I work with, and she has a few kind of modalities that she works with, and so it's kind of it's almost like a blending of IFS and NVC and maybe some other stuff, but they were really good sessions. I will say that they were really. One was like, I just had a lot of like this kind of grief kind of come up around different issues. So I guess I had like a unburdening, kind of scenario. But and that was good. It was a interesting week too, because a friend of mine had passed away, and it was a memorial service. So it was kind of open to that. And
sorry to hear that.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, so I but one of the things that it's weird. I'll put it this way. Like, I feel like I'm still trying to find my bearing with like what kind of approach like really works for me. And maybe it's like a combination, or maybe it kind of goes back and forth with certain things. I mean, I know, I'm kind of like that. Like I don't know, I did martial arts like a long time ago, and I took everyone's first class, and then I trained something for a while, and then and then I trained something else for a little while, and then I found then I kind of settled, right? And then I just kind of but I guess it's being kind of okay with, well, let me say it this way. I think there's a part of me that is like a purist, like very much, like I'm going to focus on this, and I'm only going to do this, for this period of time, and there's like something very powerful to that. And
Sure.
I definitely have done that. And it's very, like it's very potent, because you're just dealing with a certain way of thinking and a certain kind of principle. So my mind can really sort of develop the skills, the modality or something, So, and then, I guess there's like the dabbler, there's that dabbler part. That's just like, man, I want to go to India, and then I want to go to blah, blah, blah. And then maybe I'll learn, maybe I'll study Spanish. No, maybe I'm going to study Hungarian. I'm going to study Hungarian again. It's like, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, so, and that's what I notice. And so I'm looking at those two things, and I can appreciate both of those parts, but they just, they just seem so, there's like this polarity, and there's this kind of like, I don't know. And I see it in other areas too. It's like, and I guess if we're talking about self, then I guess there's just that desire for, like, like this, like a singularity, like
Mm-hmm.
like I see certain like musicians are like that, and just like the guy, this person like has their thing, and it's like
Yeah.
they've developed that thing, and other people are more like other musicians, let's say, are just more chameleon like, and they're great studio players, and they're great, like they fit in well with all kind of situations, and
Yeah.
and
And they know that about
yeah,
themselves. They know their
yeah,
place in
yeah,
the orchestra.
yeah. They
Yeah.
know their strengths, and they're sort of appreciated for who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean maybe they're not like that in their whole life, I mean, let's say they have parts too, right? So um anyway, what am I saying?
Can I try to reflect back what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Um, there's a polarity. There's a tension between two parts, and I'm sure there's others,
Yeah,
but there's the purest part that really wants to focus on a thing, go deep, make that your
yeah.
thing. And then there's the dabbler part that wants to sample everything. And
Yeah.
it sounds to me like what you're saying is that these two parts are kind of wrestling, or there's some commotion when they're at odds. Um, and then you said that you have a desire for a singularity, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
is kind of how I would describe what it means to be self-led, is to recognize that although we are multiple, there's one self, and
Yeah.
when parts can trust the one self, they tend to not fight with each other so much. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the path as I see it, is I'll say kind of getting between these parts as self, and
Mm-hmm.
letting them tell you all of what they want, and accepting that and appreciating that, and being
Mm-hmm.
able to keep them, I'll use the word keep them separate, but not necessarily, but
Mm-hmm.
it's that you're listening to what they want and need, and
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
are their singularity. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
to wrestle for control, because they trust
Okay.
that there is someone who really is hearing them and guiding the system based somewhat on their input.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think you got that. And yeah, and you've shed some more light on it too. Yeah, because what comes up is like maybe I'm trying to like choose between them, and I'm trying to like say who's better, or because I guess I don't feel like I'm at the point yet where I'm like listening to them. I have my idea. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's it's a self-like part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like like I have like there's this kind of self-like part that has preferences. Is not
Well,
really.
both these parts have preferences.
Yeah, they do.
So so
But
that
if I'm in a
could
place,
also just be that they're blending with you.
okay,
One minute you're the dabbler, and another minute
yeah,
you're the go deep guy, and
hmm,
it's uncomfortable being being kind of taken over one or the other. It's just a hypothesis, but
yeah,
that's normal. That's where we
okay,
are before we are self-led,
hmm, hmm, yeah,
or when we're
yeah,
not self-led. It's not. I say it like, I don't want to say it like there's a place that you get and then that never happens again. It's just
right,
whenever you're not in self, then that's the normal state.
hmm, yeah, okay, yeah, Yeah, and so, I think I talked about like a critical like brother part, like I guess like maybe a protector or a manager before. Did I? Do you remember that?
Not specifically, but
Okay.
you can go ahead and just tell me
So
what
yeah,
brings you to him now.
yeah. So that's like I said like after these few sessions with this other practitioner, like I kind of came back to um my IFS kind of thinking and doing some check-ins and stuff, um and kind of the reason for that too was just like I just I'm more triggered. I'm like definitely have an experience of like a like uh like polarization, like of
Mm-hmm.
parts and stuff. And for that, like IFS just works for me, to be able to kind of unpack these situations.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really, I have that center app, about that.
I think I've heard of it,
Yeah, it's
but
an IFS app.
okay.
So I did their trial, and then I didn't really like it, but
Mm-hmm.
I I said I forgot to cancel it, and so they charged me for the year. So I just I started using it some more, and they've done some updates. So it's kind of cool. It's got some nice features, and I've been doing some of their morning and evening check-ins and stuff. And so you know, I there's this like critical part that is kind of gets triggered with my brother, and it kind of like is like kind of looks like him,
Mm-hmm.
and so I I really have been wanting to kind of get I've had some kind of success in um kind of engaging that part a little bit, but there's like another part that's kind of um like afraid of him,
Yeah.
afraid of that part.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of deal with that, or um but the other
Okay.
thing I've yeah, and then there's like these firefighters around that too. Okay. So let me tell you about these firefighters so you can get like a whole like just picture of that.
Okay.
Okay. And I think this is a good kind of direction. So this like part that is like
Hey,
critical.
right before you tell me about them,
Yeah.
I just want to kind of put a bow on or circle back a little bit to the parts that you were talking about before the manager. I
Okay.
just want to make sure that because they came up first, the purist and the dabbler,
Okay.
I want to know, is that a kind of how you feel about bringing them up, and then it sounds like we're shifting to other parts, which is fine with me, but because they came up first, I just wanted to
Yeah.
know if there's any if you would like or want to consider going to them, because I mean
Yeah.
it sounds to me
Yeah.
like you're going through your notes to talk about the firefighters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
which
you're
is
right. Maybe
totally
you're
fine.
right. I
It's
think
totally fine.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
just, when something comes up first, a lot of times that's a great place to start. Sometimes that's what's up for someone. So,
No, I hear you, man. Like like I do, I I feel a little nervous.
okay.
I feel a little nervous I guess just sessions in general, like what,
Uh-huh.
and maybe I feel that way now. Maybe that kind of gets, it kind of gets in the way of me being present to what's really there,
How would you feel about getting to know that nervous part a little?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Just kind of turning towards it, letting it know that you see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Letting it know that it's welcome. Maybe feeling what it feels like in your body.
Well, I know that nervousness has never felt welcome, so I think that's kind of big.
Okay.
I feel kind of bad about that. I feel a little bit like, like I've always tried to push that aside in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just let it know that. Let it know that you're sorry for always pushing it aside.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And making me look bad. It's like kind of blame I put on that part. Like
the nervousness makes you look bad. Yeah.
You're making me look bad. You're taking my energy that I need for my
I get that.
My mind, and
so let it know that you see that part too. You see the part that is really bothered by its perception that the nervousness makes you look bad.
Yeah.
And you might ask that part for a little space and just say, okay, I get that. That makes sense. And would it mind if you just kept spending a little time with this part that's nervous, just so we can find out what it wants you to know, what it's concerned about?
Yeah. Yeah. This part that is kind of thinks it runs the show, kind of thinks it runs everything and keeps, it's like, it's just very vocal now. And it's kind of got the microphone in a way. So
that's the one about concerned about how you look when you're nervous.
Yeah, it's kind of I know who it is. I know it's like, this like keep thing, look cool.
Yeah. It's a manager.
And just make, just. And I think we've seen this part before. It's kind of like we have come across this part before, but
and it's welcome too. It's a valuable part too.
Yeah,
they all are.
Yeah.
But if it's always winning, or if it's always dominating or pushing back on the scared part, then you'll get real familiar with one and never with the other.
Yeah. This is interesting, Yeah, so right now I'm kind of struggling though. I'm with appreciating, it's like I want to protect the nervous one, and I kind of want to there's a sense of
kind of fighting for it.
Yeah, like protecting the little one. So
right. So the best way you can do that, because that makes sense to me too, that we want to advocate for parts. The best way you can do that is by understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from hearing from it.
Right.
So that's what the making space is about. That's what the asking other parts to step back is about. Is just
I don't even think that this nervous one does. I don't think it needs the kind of protection I'm claiming it needs. I think it's
right.
I think I'm overbearing or something.
Yeah. So just see if you can ask for space from those other parts. See if you can get to that curious place just to learn about the nervous one.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, what would you like to share?
Yeah, perfect. Just wait for the answer.
I feel like there's some surprise, like he's never really heard that. He's never really had that, so just like a sense of a little bit of joy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's never felt welcome.
Never felt welcome. It's like he's like out on this it's like green grass and sunny. It's like a perfect day kind of scenario. So,
Yeah, what does he want you to know?
mm-hmm. I just don't hear anything.
Okay. Does he notice you there? Can you invite him to notice you?
I thought he did. Maybe I'll try that.
Let him know you've tried to get those other parts to step back, and if they jump back in, that's fine. We can ask them for space again.
Okay.
And also, if there's something he wants to tell you that you don't want to tell me, or that he doesn't want to tell me or anyone else, that's fine too.
Right.
He can whisper to you. He can communicate with you however he wants.
Yeah, he's telling me some stuff. I'm not sure I should, maybe I'll just listen for a bit.
Mm-hmm. How's it going? Are you still feeling connected with him?
Yeah.
Great. Just let me know if you want any prompts or potential questions.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know that he likes the situation, like, I'm not sure what to say.
The situation of meeting with you or some other situation?
Yeah, like, um, well, let me see. Yeah, he's just nervous about this situation, like being on this call with you.
Okay.
So,
I appreciate
so
that. And I
okay.
really I love the way that you're speaking for him.
Mm-hmm.
You're advocating for him right now. You're right,
Right.
like it sounds like you got his back and you're letting me know what's going on with
Okay.
that part
Right. Right.
without disclosing whatever all the things he's telling you. So I really appreciate that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah, and we can talk about other ways to navigate this if this isn't the right format for you or for this part. Um, we can brainstorm around that. Whatever feels right
Yeah,
for you.
I feel like at the moment, it's not like okay. I feel like I feel like he feels respected by your response. So he feels sort of like honored, like that his feelings, his
Feelings matter. They matter to me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
honored too.
So
I'm honored that he's sharing and being vulnerable.
okay. Yeah, so what I sense is that there's a lot about trust, and yeah. Yeah, but he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's not like we need to hang up the phone now or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. And I think
He's
what really
just
matters is that he's okay with you. That's
yeah.
the most important connection.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I guess like I'm wondering is like what does he need from me? What does he yeah.
Yeah. You could ask that. You could ask what it's been like for him.
I think it's been really scary.
Yeah. You could ask him to show you more about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just, so I get that it's like, you know, I see scenes of like preschool and kindergarten, especially, you know. Yeah.
You okay with what he's showing you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I'm totally okay with it not being shown to me.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like he's served kind of a protective role, especially in those kindergarten days?
Um,
Or is he the kindergartner?
I mean, yeah. He's the kindergartner. So what I gather from the scenes is like, these are like the. Do you want me to try to tell you what I
I don't have
think?
any wants around that. What matters to me
Okay.
is what he wants. I assume he wants you to know his story. Or that he appreciates
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just get that it's like from these early school experiences is when like how do I say, like just some bad experiences with like like a huge group of kids, and uh I don't know, getting beat up or something, or uh disciplined by teachers, or having
Yeah.
to do a certain thing. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um
Just let him know you really want to understand what that was like for him.
yeah.
Still feeling close and connected?
I kind of.
If it feels right, you can.
I don't know. Maybe. What?
Well, if he's kind of in a physical space and you want to close that gap, or if it feels right for either of you, for both of you,
Okay.
just think about the environment and where you are in relation to him. And
Oh yeah, I'm in the kindergarten class.
okay,
It's like there.
yeah, so you're back in his time. Yeah.
That's pretty wild. It's like.
Yeah. Can you be the person that he needed back then, back in his time? Can you do that for him? Or does that feel right to do?
I don't know. I think it's just, it's just the situation, it's just kind of a.
So he's got these situations
It's
that
not a
he's showing
fun,
you
yes.
that are difficult for him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm only offering, if it feels right, to go back to be in those times and to be for him what he needed.
Okay.
To do what he needed to make those situations less scary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
And you can
right.
negotiate that with him. You can say, what do you need here? And you also might just know. So it's between the two of you. What does he need back then?
Yeah, so there was this milk that they used to always give us, that was like sour. And you'd get your cookies and milk, and you'd you have to bring your dime and you get your cookies and milk, but the milk was sour and I'd rather just have my dime back, but you
Sure.
just have to
Sure.
So it's just like so stupid, it's like you drink this sour milk.
Yeah. And all the implications behind that, the idea that these caretakers are giving you something that's not nourishing.
Yeah.
So you can offer more than just giving his dime back. You can offer again to be the people who would make sure that he has the freshest of milk and whatever other nourishment he needs.
Yeah.
Or you can offer to be the one or to help him write a letter to the principal, or whatever feels right to really kind of redo and make that situation good.
Yeah, I mean, first I just invited him to pour it out on the floor.
Yeah.
And then he didn't have to drink it. And then
that's right.
Yeah, because it was just like trouble at every turn at this school, and it was just like you had to do everything. I mean, it was Catholic school, so.
How did he like pouring out the milk?
I think he liked it.
Okay, let him know you can do that. You can be that friend, that advocate, that one that lets him do what's right in any of those scenes, any of those places where there's trouble around every corner. Ask him if he wants to go with you around some of those corners, and let him know that you can provide what he needs.
Yeah. 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 So he was like I'm just relaying this to you. So he was like a talker, he had trouble like talking in class, like when the teacher's talking. Yeah. So I used to, if you got your name like written on the board, They would he would call your mom at the end of the day, and then he would have to stay in his room for like the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So what did he need? What did he need in that classroom? What did he need in that
be able
bedroom?
to say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be able to speak.
Can you provide him that? Can you provide him that classroom where he's allowed to say what he wants? Yeah. How's he like that?
I think he likes it. He's a little. There's just some hurt there. It's just like this.
Definitely. You can help him with that too.
Yeah, it's kind of like what? How to explain that? This is like an arbitrary rule, and it's not that he did anything wrong, but it's just how this place is set up and what they've decided, what these adults have decided. It could have been a different way. It could have been that everybody talks all the time and whenever they feel like it. It could have been like that. But it just yeah.
And if that's what he needed, then that's what you can give him.
And like freedom,
right?
Like freedom to. Yeah. I remember he didn't know how to tie his shoes, and that was a big problem.
What did he need?
He didn't know how.
What kind of person did he need around when he didn't know how to tie his shoes?
Somebody to teach him. Somebody to teach him how. Or like, just you don't have to wear shoes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever he likes best.
Yeah.
Or he wants the Velcro shoes, or
yeah,
whatever he wants, whatever he needed.
Yeah.
How's he like that?
See. Yeah, it's not feeling so constricted in there.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else that he wants to take you and see how you can help? The large group of kids. Anything? Anyone he wants you to talk to?
Yeah, I mean, like there's this kid who was really kind of scrappy and like like kicked him in the nose and I think it's just like he was very like trusting of he just wanted to be kind of anybody's friend,
Yeah.
and some of these kids are just they're just
Not people you should trust.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
just
So what did he need? What did he need?
distance,
Uh-huh.
just like I mean, but also
What could
yeah, I
or
don't
would
know.
you have done for him back then?
Just keep them safe, keep them,
Yeah.
give, you know, I think he would gravitate towards trying to be trying to be friends with some of these scrappy kids, and
Mm-hmm.
because he thinks they're cool, and then they hurt him,
Right.
and uh
He was kind of
yeah,
alone in
so
navigating that, right?
yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense because it makes sense to uh
It does make sense.
it makes sense because if there's so many kids, then it's like if you're friends with a couple of tough kids, then it's
Sure.
like maybe you're safe. You know,
Sure.
you're more safe.
Yeah.
Um,
But he had to figure that out on his own.
hmm
And that's what you can offer him, is that just to let him know he's not alone anymore
Yeah,
and that he has someone he can go to. Whether
yeah,
it's whether it's with the feelings of I want to hang out with these kids, but I don't know them, or who should I pick, or it's the feeling of what the fuck, I got kicked in the nose.
yeah.
Any of that, you can let him know that you'll be there and that he can keep coming to you. And he doesn't have to make those decisions and navigate that alone.
Mm, mm. So I'm just like, I'm just like thinking, like about this. I don't know, like this nervousness that I've, struggled with so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Got a
Is that
much
him?
clearer picture, huh?
I mean, is that him? Is his experiences like is has it been him trying to be heard?
You could ask him.
hmm
Wouldn't surprise me if you have other parts that get nervous.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Either way, you found him, you're with him
hmm
now,
Yeah.
and you're building a relationship.
hmm
So I think that there should be some that should be a good thing, regardless of connecting the dots to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when and where, how I feel it today. Although that's important too. So I'm not dismissing that.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I want to let him know that he doesn't have to piece it all together.
Mm-hmm.
He can just be a 5-year-old.
Hmm.
Is there any more that he wants to show you from back in that time or have you revisit with him?
I guess just the thing about my mom, his mom, um, making him stay in his room anytime he got his name written on the board,
Yeah.
It was just mean. It was just,
You ready to go there with him?
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just like they're just trying to crush his spirit or something, They're just gonna grind it out of him, They're just gonna, he's not gonna, yeah, it's just so, yeah, that's pretty intense. That's there's so much sadness, there's anger and sadness and
You okay with him showing you that now?
yeah.
Great. Yeah, just let him know it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just kind of just pissed about that,
Yeah. And what does he need from you in that situation? How can you bring that caring, that self energy, and be there for him?
Well, I guess what comes to mind as I'm feeling this is to tell him that yes, she loves him, but she's not perfect. She thinks this is not right what she's doing.
Yeah.
It's like she
Yeah,
loves him
mom's
very
got parts
much.
too, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
She's like, I mean, for me now, I'm thinking she's not even 30 years old at this time.
Right.
It's she's winging this,
Right.
she does not know what to do. She doesn't know what to do, but she's afraid. She has fear. She has fear about the right thing to do.
Maybe even that is something that you can help with. You can show
Yeah.
him how you would talk to a mother that doesn't know what to do or has fear.
Okay. Yeah. So I can talk to her, and I can,
right?
I
Or you
can,
can
he
help
can
him
kind of,
talk to her, whatever
yeah,
feels
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Or if it feels better to just go outside
Yeah.
and, you know,
I know, I
whatever
know.
feels right.
I know.
It's just about giving him what he needs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, I feel like he can understand that. Like she's doing it because, she's doing what she thinks is right
Mm-hmm. And also,
for his
you can do
benefit.
something different for him. So
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to
yeah.
make sure that we're not concluding with and those
No,
are the breaks, kid. So,
no, no, no. And like I'm sitting,
yeah,
like I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm in the living room, and she's like, she doesn't. She definitely doesn't look like she's got it together,
yeah,
and and yeah, I'm just trying to think about him again. I'm just trying to
yeah.
think,
What
it's
does he
like,
need?
yeah,
And if you two are open to it,
hmm
what does he think about the idea of you being his parent?
mm, hmm
Mom's done her time.
um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that would be good, and he can see her anytime he wants. But yeah,
That's right.
I can,
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah. How does that feel?
yeah. It feels good,
Yeah.
It feels good. It's like he needs a little more, somebody like really just that understands him
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more.
Yeah. Curious, compassionate, courageous,
Yeah, yeah,
calm, clear,
yeah,
creative, and connected.
hmm
That's what he needs.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's a little. I can see a little. I feel a little bit more about where he's in the family, and it's not easy. It's a
Huh.
little scary, and it's nothing like there's not like violence or anything, but it's just he's a small one, and there's a little bit of rage, but that's
Yes.
um
Then that's okay with you. It's okay that he feels that way.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. He felt like he was being ground down, like they were.
yeah. I mean, I he didn't say that. I could feel it, like
Mm-hmm.
just being squeezed,
Mm-hmm.
like just if you make one false move,
You're gonna pay for it.
then you're going to get in trouble at school, and then you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
trouble at home, and there's not this sense of it's like any feeling of joy is he's gonna talk.
Mm-hmm.
So how is he gonna, don't feel joy, don't feel exuberance, don't feel good, because then you're gonna talk and then you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's just impossible. That's not life, that's just,
It's awful.
it's awful. It's nuts, man.
Yeah. So you can just let him know that you're going to keep being that person for him, that he can talk around.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier you said about how he can come back and visit his mom. And I really like that, because there's probably a lot more that he can show you about his time that you could revisit with him. And that could take a lifetime, really. I mean, that could and as he trusts you more, he will likely continue showing you more and more.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful thing. I mean, you get to get closer and closer and do more and more unburdening or redoing of those painful memories, and just continue providing for him in that way.
Okay.
For now, you could ask if he's ready to leave that time and come be with you, or go to a fantasy place, come to the present, go wherever he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, so I used to have all these adventure people, all these like little guys and planes and stuff. So he's like playing with his adventure people, and
yeah.
So
you can give him a room full of them.
Yeah.
You can put him in a real airplane. You can go wherever he wants to go with you.
I think he'll go to the place up north with me.
Okay. Okay.
There's like other parts there too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, just check with him. If he wants his own world, or if he'd like to join the other folks up north.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let him like play with his adventure people in the living room, and then I'll like visit him here again. And it doesn't seem like it's like definitive. Like maybe he's not sure. Like, yeah, that's for sure.
I'm curious, is that living room back in that time, or is that more in your time?
Oh no, that's back at that time. I don't suspect he's gonna like want to stay there. It was a rental house.
He can bring any of that. We can recreate that exact room in times 10 if he wants.
I don't think he would. I don't know. Maybe
whatever he wants.
I don't know. Yeah.
And you know what? If he's not ready to leave that time, that's fine too.
That's it.
That's fine too.
That's it. Yeah.
I would assume that there's more that he wants to show you around that, or he's just not ready.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
What matters is that you're able to find him, that he's able to find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
a moment ago, you're negotiating to be his parent. So
Right. Right.
if him being back in his time is okay with you, and it's okay with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe he's getting used to this sense of weight. That's not. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but maybe it's just. It seems like that kind of a scenario. Like,
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to get used to. There's no rush.
yeah. Okay.
There's no rush and there's no rules.
Mm.
Can I offer another
Sure.
step or option?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got these feelings, these beliefs about being hurt, being pissed, he's got the rage, he's got that feeling of being squeezed. You can ask him if it feels right. You can ask him where he carries those in his body and how he would like to give them up.
Okay.
Could give them up to fire, to wind, to water, any way that feels right to him.
Mm-hmm. Like in his tummy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's like fire. He could. I see like it's like glowing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like orange, you know. So
Yes. Yep. Just help him out with that. Tell him to do it until it's all out. However he wants to get that out.
well, I'm afraid he's burned the house down. So I guess we're gonna have to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's okay with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Go wherever you like. You can burn down whatever needs to be burned down. And get that fire out. Get those pains out of his tummy, wherever he's carrying them.
Okay. So just go somewhere new and
Yeah. Did you find a place?
yeah, I think so. Like a mountainous area, a big mountain. You know?
And how's his tummy? How's he feeling?
I think he's feeling better, much better. A little concern about never, I don't know, like, did he do the right? I'm, I'm trying
Concerned
to tell
about.
him that, like he was always concerned about others, like his folks.
Yeah, he's a sweet kid.
There's folks all right, and I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
They're
you didn't kill them, so they're
no. They're on their own journey.
yeah,
They have their
yeah,
own parts.
yeah.
And he's not responsible
You
for
could see
them.
them again. You could, yeah, yeah,
Right. He could see them
yeah.
again. You can give him
Hey,
anything that he wants.
yes.
And you can keep taking that time to learn exactly what it is that he wants and needs. So, whatever decisions
Mm-hmm.
he's making today, well, this is all very new to him. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is all
Yeah.
wildly new and different. So, yeah, you can keep revisiting him and just being there for whatever he needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm not sure if he's in the place that he ultimately wants to be, but maybe I'm trying to help him understand like he's free to go any place and we can take him anywhere. He can come to these other places that I go to also, and
That's right.
or that other parts that are in the system are are at, and he has a place there. He always has a place anywhere.
You could find another kind of like place in your body. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can kind of point to a spot and it's like, oh, you can go right here and
Mm,
and you don't have to leave my side. You don't have to leave my wherever.
right.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
and he doesn't have to do it alone. He doesn't have to figure it all out because he's got you now.
Yeah.
He can just be himself and dream and play and talk,
Yeah.
and you can make sure that he has the space and the toys and the playmates and the whatever else he needs.
Yeah. Okay.
He's feeling better about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
Just keep checking in with him, okay? In the
Okay.
following days
Okay.
and weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I will. Okay.
And you could also those parts that were so keen on keeping him down and keeping him away, the one that wants to run the show, the one that wants to hold the microphone and and look cool. You could let that part know. You could kind of invite it to witness what's going on here and let him know that he doesn't have to work so hard to manage this kid and this kid's concerns because he can go to you now. The child can go to you. This part with the microphone can go to you. Any other parts that have been, interested in exiling.
Yeah.
They can all kind of participate and see that this relationship is here. That you've got him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That was deep, man.
Yeah, you did a really great job.
Wow. Okay, so I will. I'll check in with this part and gladly check in and keep moving ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing all that and for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you too. I think there was that time when, I mean, I don't know, just the way you handled this nervousness in the beginning, and I just saw the. I don't know. I'll write to you about that. I don't want to talk about it now.
Beautiful.
All right.
Have a great night.
Thanks, James.
Okay. Good night.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.